Hello, everyone.
How's it going, everyone?
Welcome to this commentary for Resident Evil Apocalypse. If you're listening to this, we are probably also doing a review of this film leading up to Welcome to Raccoon City. We're going to be reviewing and doing a commentary on all of them, and we are picking back up the LTRE podcast with this tradition of doing the commentary along with the review. It's been a while since we've seen the first film, so of course we didn't do this follow-up right away. We wanted to wait till the time is right, and now the time's right. So if you're watching this, I just want to say shout out to everyone that's listening to this live. We got Connor, we got Darnizler, Jackie Boy, we got
John Lemley.
John Lemley, right? I always forget who the hell that is.
Tracy.
Jill. We got Tracy.
And we got
in here.
Donald.
And Donald. Thank you for listening to this live and watching this commentary. You could do that with the $10 tier and above, the veteran tier on our Patreon. So you can check that out if you want to come in on these podcast or recording sessions live, like our great fans here tonight. Uncut. And we are here watching this. We're paused at the 33-second mark, but because DVDs in different regions are all different with time codes sometimes because of the FBI notices and all that stuff, we are paused after the logos in the beginning. When the Umbrella logo is flipping around, we're at the Davis Films. As soon as the Davis Films Impact Canada Inc.
text comes up.
And the text comes up, as soon as that says present,
Constantine film.
that's where we're at. So we're at the 33-second mark on the DVD if you are, watching
on a computer or a VCL, which a lot of people do.
Some people do. If not, then just try to time it up. We'll kind of say stuff as it pops up in the beginning, so you guys have a reference of what we're seeing. Without further ado, this is Resident Evil Apocalypse, my favorite film out of all the live actions. Let's do it. And
they love showing the umbrella symbol in this movie.
Have that and the recap.
Gotta have the retina. Yeah.
This is the start of the recap.
We know. Regenerate. No wonder they didn't use that for one of the game names. They used it here.
Yeah. Spencer was a dickhead and everything.
I love how they're like, there was an incident, and it's like he just throws it.
Girl's eyes just opened. I survived with Matt. Confused Matt. There he is.
Clueless Matt.
Clueless Matt.
Clueless Matt
Clueless
getting
and
carried
confused
out.
Matt.
I want him in the Nemesis program.
I want him out of this movie.
Yeah. Their love that feels so unbelievable because they've known each other for like a day.
And they'll find out. And then it just cut to black. We were wrong. Resident Evil Apocalypse title card. Right here. Bam.
Bam.
And Channel 7 Raccoon News. And then the weather girl. Annoying bitch that wants her Emmy.
One thing I will say about this movie and most of the Paul W.S. Anderson movies that he's done, especially in the Resident Evil franchise, they always do look really well. Like, he does good job. Not that he wasn't directing this movie. It was the other gentleman. But it's like, it's one of those things where, like, these movies, even though they're kind of laughable as a Resident Evil fan, they still have good cinematography.
Oh yeah,
they still have great costume designs. They've, a lot of it's really impressive. And I said this in the first movie when we did the commentary as well. I think this movie was only overall, spoiler alert for my deep thoughts, but I think this movie was only just a smidge away from being great.
Yeah, I think it was just the fact that they didn't do a lot of the Raccoon City stuff as well as they could have.
Yeah, that and the fact that they continuously take away from Jill.
They do take away from Jill a lot. That's the biggest flaw. This was directed by Alexander Witt, and it was written by Paul Anderson.
Yeah.
and this was released on September 10th of 2004. I did see this in the theater.
I did too.
Have a vivid memory of seeing it and being very excited to see Nemesis and Resident Evil 3 on the big screen, and that's essentially what this is the closest kind of thing. This is kind of interesting, though, because them being their little umbrella convoy coming in to take Ashford's daughter, because, yes, there is an Ashford in there.
There is an Ashford,
and we're going to see him coming up shortly.
It's like Stephen Hawking Ashford.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a version of a scientist that tries everything and, doesn't pretty much gets the shitty end of the stick when it comes to umbrellas and the evil corporation. This is them saying, ma'am, there's been a situation. And so pretty much there's only select people that are nicely transported by umbrella to be taken out of the city. And here's Charles Ashford.
And that lady that you saw there that got taken away, you won't see her again in this film.
No.
But she is the lady from later on in the series that is the one of the main scientists behind the Alice program. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting that they dropped her in here.
And then they just take it away.
They don't show her anymore. But I really like this angle. I don't like that his name is Ashford because it makes no fucking sense.
Right, and this is his daughter right here being taken out of school, and they're like, "Why does this bitch get protection?"
Yeah, they're all like whispering.
Well, they don't know. They don't know
suits.
what's happening. So
because of the suits.
Yeah, Umbrella. They know what's going down, and everyone else doesn't know what's going on. So,
because when I first saw this movie, I've only seen the first 3 movies and the last movie in theaters. I missed the other ones. Mm-hmm. But when I saw this movie for the first time and I saw that his name was Ashford, I thought that was Alexia. And I was really confused when I saw them get into this accident because I was like, really? I was excited to see Alexia.
Right, yeah. And she just gets
But that's
smacked.
not what they do at all.
It's meant to separate her from...
Exactly.
Because now she's going to be lost at the mercy of the outbreak.
And I don't know about you, but I do like the character they wrote for Ashford in this movie.
Yeah.
Because I like how it kind of parallels with Birkin and Marcus. Yeah. And how Umbrella kind of just dicks their scientists.
And he's doing so much research for his daughter. Like, he's so into it to the point where, he's trying everything he can. Like, you see him later, he's, like, struggling to...
They humanized it.
Yeah,
they made it more realistic. Because Birkin and Spencer and Marcus really only cared about themselves.
Right.
And here we go.
Yep, this is Jill.
So this is some of the stuff kept from RE3.
I still love this actress. I still love Jill in this film. I like her, but what they did with her in the script is
it's not the actress's
offensive.
fault.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
The actress did a phenomenal job in this movie.
Sienna Glory? G-U-I-L-L-O-R-Y? Glory? Sienna Glory, I think.
Guillory, maybe?
Guillory? I don't even
Guillotine?
know. Guillotine! And there she is with the miniskirt, which is the best. You'll never get her in a miniskirt ever again, and this is the one time you have to just take this all in. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is just great. Headshots after headshots, immediately. Everyone else is struggling, and she's just like, yeah, I'm taking the shit down. Here's LJ.
There's LJ, who's the best character.
Best fucking characters.
I think it's the best character in the whole franchise. In the whole movie franchise. Because he's very entertaining.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had to do him dirty in Extinction, but...
Yeah, I know.
Jill already has her side pack on.
Yeah, that's one of the wardrobe changes that they made was she is automatically in basically post...
No sweatshirt or anything.
Yeah. Post-tram.
Now, this guy is probably the worst character in this film. He's so forgettable.
Easily.
So forgettable.
Easily.
That's something we're going to talk about in our review for sure, because it's like I liked Spencer more than him.
Yeah.
Like it's like I just
you
just felt like he was more of a dickhead. This guy's just like, well, I'm just going to talk with this Bluetooth headset and I'm going to sound very
And he's just as
concerning.
bad as Nikolai in this movie.
Oh yeah.
They're both
they're probably
bad.
one of the worst characters because they're not.
I mean,
Nikolai especially because he's not represented at all
as the character
with how he was.
At least Jill has a badass angle.
And this is Mila, Alice's character. With like
you said this
Mila,
is Mila
with Alice's character. Alice with Mila. Alice played by Mila again, and
might as well be Mila's.
It might as well be Mila's character.
Or Alice's character.
It's been a long day, dude. I'm fucking done. But it basically this is just a recap of how she gets out. And
again, the set pieces are incredible.
Yeah, this is
They
shot
did
in
a
Canada.
fantastic job. It's shot in Quebec.
It was Quebec,
some Toronto,
Ontario,
and some Ontario. Yeah.
The Dead Walk. That's right from Romero.
Yep.
Day of the Dead. So that's a nice little Day of the Dead reference right there. And then, as we know from the end of the first one, she takes the shotgun.
This scene is also in the first movie.
Yeah, this is all kind of added back in there to get you a recap. And now everything's going haywire, and they have a whole wall around the city, and they're blocking people out, trying to contain the virus in good old Umbrella fashion. And here he goes looking at the crowd of people that are getting pissed. Some of them being their own.
Yes. What did you think about this whole angle?
This
is something we never saw in the games.
This is something I actually enjoyed because it shows you how selfish they are.
It also shows you how they are making an effort to get people out.
Right. But then it gets to the point
through.
where it gets too hard to control. And, now, of course, we're sending in the mercenary
There's a panty
squad.
shot right here, too.
Yeah, there is.
Right here. When she gets back up. They had to slip that in.
There you go.
Right there.
Yep. And, there was just a lot of, I do like the umbrella, they don't really call them the UBCS.
They are labeled as the UBCS.
They are labeled the UBCS.
Yeah,
they don't mention
They don't mention it.
Yeah,
no.
so they did get that accurate.
They didn't spell Carlos's name right.
They did not.
On the back of his jersey, or not jersey, but his vest, he's missing an I.
And this scene I always liked. Yeah, it is.
It's Oliveira, Veira.
Very interesting choice. I feel like they did it on purpose, though.
I wouldn't put it past them to make that choice.
But I don't know why. It's just one of those things where you're just like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why did you do that?
I think this guy did a really good job, Carlos.
Yeah.
I think his
Oded,
actor,
I think his name is, or O'Day.
Yeah, O'Day, yeah.
Oded.
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 Fuck orders. Just like Jeff Shine.
Yeah. And then here's his boy Nikolai, who you saw. And then metal music starts playing because, it's 2004.
The soundtrack in this movie is great, too.
Oh, yeah, it's so good.
There are some great things about this movie.
The soundtracks for first two films are just, like, you gotta have them. And that Nikolai, if you guys don't know who that is, if you guys have ever seen A Christmas Story, he's the bully, Farkas, who...
yeah.
He beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, you
makes
told me
his
that the other
nose
day.
bleed, yeah. Not a lot of people know that. His name is Zach Ward. Oh, it is Oded. His name is Oded.
Oded?
Fair.
Fair, yeah.
And this is the classic, we can help you, and then the suicide that's, can't really prevent that at that point.
They really like this weird camera angle.
Yeah,
that they use with the fast, shaky camera.
That was a big thing in this era of filmmaking. But this is, to answer that question earlier too, this is what I like about this angle because it shows you their entry point.
Yeah.
But just the start of their into the city, and then you see it cuts back to this where you see everyone struggling.
Now,
and here's Peyton, which is a new made up character.
I'm gonna say it. He should have just been Kenneth. Like, why not use the STARS members that you have if you're going to put Jill in here? Because we haven't seen anybody else.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder why they didn't choose to show more.
And Kenneth is black, and he's the only black STARS member.
Yeah.
So, give Kenneth some love,
Yeah.
I think this actor also did a really fantastic job.
Yeah,
in this movie.
it's just you might make it wonder why they only chose Jill to be the
only guy.
person. Yeah, because I feel like they didn't want to take away from the group of other new characters.
Yeah.
Like you could have put Kenneth in place of the shitty reporter, and you didn't need those people in there.
There's so much it could have done.
And then Peyton was just he just said these are our people. It shows that he's he's there. He's literally there for the job. He's there to protect people.
Yeah.
And that's really the only other person we get on STARS that is
a real character.
Because everyone else is dead or they just don't show him. So
and Wesker and Chris, who all appear in this franchise,
Are not even connected.
are
in
not
any
even,
way.
and Barry are not even connected to Stars at all.
Nope. They show up when Raccoon is done.
Yep.
So, very interesting choices. That's why these, commentaries are cool, because we can kind of talk about stuff like that as we see it progressing, in each movie. And now they're saying, you're not allowed to leave, you bastards. And this shows the disgust, of course. And everyone's getting pissed, and of course they take it into their own hands to threaten them even further, which is what we're about to see here. When in doubt, just start shooting guns up in the air.
Also, this guy always sounds... I'm sorry, and I don't mean any disrespect if this actor ever watches that guy right there, the white guy. But he talks like he forever has a lump of shit in his mouth. Like, he does, bro. He's like, I need you to go home and get out of the city. It's like, bro, how fucking hard is it to smack your face up and just fucking speak like a person? It doesn't even sound like a real accent. You like Nikolai, like when he's like, I got this bitch. At least like it sounds like an accent.
This guy's name is Thomas Kretschmann.
Yeah, so
and Major Timothy Kane. I didn't even know that was his. I've been watching this movie for years. I never even knew that was his name in this movie.
Major Timothy Kane.
Major Timothy Kane.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any.
There's no backstory.
This is a great scene.
This is so fucking good.
This is from Resident Evil.
Right out of the game.
Yeah.
And this is what you want to see. Just the city getting overrun, the cop cars coming in. This is right from the fucking game. Right.
Why
here.
is that Nikolai? It should be Mikhail.
It should be Mikhail. I always thought that when I was a kid. I was like, he should be Mikhail, not Nikolai. Like, because he's a good guy. Yeah, this is just all great here.
Yeah.
Good zombie foo here. And some grenade right here. Boom. Which you see them also use in the cutscene.
Yeah, Mikhail.
This is great.
Mikhail throws one.
Yep. I'm Timothy Kane.
Without my daughter. Doesn't he remind you of the Jurassic Park guy?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't it Jurassic Park? Is it the third one they go looking for the kid? I think it's. Isn't it the third one where they go looking for the kid and then they're like, no, you can't go back there, and he's like, I'm not leaving without my son.
Is that the one in like the rainforest or whatever?
Yeah, I think it's 3.
That might be 3.
Yeah, he reminds me of one of the characters from there.
The whole I'm not leaving without my daughter. I feel like they're trying to emulate Dario, but like they're not. Like it's not Dario.
Yeah. Dario reminds me of the guy that's in the church here.
Yeah.
The guy that's like not the church guy, but the guy that's in the church.
And this is when your boy Ashford pretty much starts to hack into, not even hack into, but he has pretty much access. Well, he's about to hack into it right now because access was just revoked. But the Sony Vaio product placement is here, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to clap for that.
Oh, and by the
Sony
way,
Vaio,
Umbrella
R.I.P.
is literally everywhere in this movie.
Yeah, Umbrella,
it's like every single
Umbrella.
Good luck finding a shot that doesn't have Umbrella.
Yeah. So he gains access essentially just to get, find some kind of living personnel around.
He starts wanting to look for Angela.
Because we live in a world where you can type in the name and it searches for them around the city, which is probably more accurate to today than anything else because we're all tracked with location at this point.
Yeah.
And he finds...
they absolutely
could
do
this.
School.
Oh, yeah.
In the 80s,
this is,
probably.
Yeah. This is something that... This is cool. It's a cool little movie. CCTV, or what did it say? And then it's searching.
Searching for devices, yeah.
Searching for people alive. And, of course, we know Alice is still alive. And there she is.
Yep. And this picks up from where the first movie left off.
Right. This is like 13 hours later or something like that.
Guns and ammo, camping gear.
It's funny because in real life, this would already be ransacked.
Oh yeah.
Like this would not be here. Like all the like the guns and ammo would be the first things people would grab.
100%.
But now if she gets to change into her goth rock clothes with the fucking
I'm sure these were in the hunting store.
Yeah, 100%.
I always laugh at this. I always laugh when they show Clueless Map, bro.
It's great.
He's just laying.
And as we know, they put him in the Nemesis program, which
Yeah.
only means one thing. So we kind of saw that coming with this movie. They threw the T's in there. And these are shots. That's Dr. Isaacs, who you'll come to know and love. But these are flashes they constantly reuse throughout this to kind of show that she's remembering when she was under.
Whoa, did you see
under
that? Why was the background shifting?
I don't know.
That was weird. We're not going to bother pausing and stuff like that.
No.
But that was interesting.
And this is them going to the church, which is the home base for the liquor. And the graveyard, of course, that they're going to inevitably go through.
Damn.
This is a great... I do like this scene. Up until a certain point, but we'll talk about that in a
Yeah, we'll talk
second.
about that in a second.
I think
I
for a
just wanna
setting,
say-
this is great, especially because it's like about the
It's
rain and
very good.
the thunder and lightning.
I just want to say this, and I know it's like really hard to get your hands on, but there is so much more to this movie and that it's cut. Like this whole section here
It's completely different in
is
the extended
completely
version.
It's
Yeah.
like a lot different. There's so many added scenes.
We'll talk about that in the review as well.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to go over.
Like that statue outside in the extended cut, it pans over one more statue, and it actually is a liquor, and it reveals the liquor beforehand.
Yeah, so you know it's coming.
And
Where
it's
here,
really
it's like-
wicked shot. It's like
It is.
thunder hits, and it's like
Yeah. It really uses the weather to advantage for that shot, which is cool. Basic news bitch number 1. I only got 78 minutes left on this thing. I might as well use it.
And there's a character that's supposed to happen right here in the extended
And
version.
he's fucking gone.
And they just don't use it. They completely cut him.
That makes sense why he looks at her weird right there. Like something just happened and he's
Yeah.
looking at her. And like
Yeah.
you kind of see the context of the...
It's a very weird cut.
Yeah.
Because now Jill goes back here
And sees the guy
and
feeding
sees
her.
the
Yeah.
guy with the zombie woman. But in the extended cut, while they're all out there in the main chapel, he actually walks out saying a verse.
He's like, praise God.
yeah, he's like, God will save us. Whatever he said. I'm not gonna butcher it and sound anti-religion, but he's like, he like walks out and he's just like, he says like a verse or something from the Bible,
And they were just like,
and they're all
creeped out,
standing there
like
and they're
looking
like,
at him
what?
like, what is happening?
And then
here?
he walks away, and then after the scream, she walks back here.
But in this cut, it's like, this is
It's
the
like-
first time you see him. So it's like,
Yeah.
there's no mention of him. And he's the priest, obviously.
Yeah, so this priest,
It's probably his daughter.
I think he says sister.
Oh, yeah, sister, right? There it is.
That's why he just says,
Sister.
"What are you doing?" He
Yeah.
doesn't say like, "Who are you?" Because he's already met her in the actual way that they cut the movie.
It's important to bring up, though, because it kind of shows you, like, certain context that were
it's-
cut out, you know?
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, like, that is something that they shouldn't have cut. You
And
know?
this is a cool thing, too. Like, someone trying to feed because they believe that there's still some sort of, like,
humanity.
yeah. And then he ends up just getting bit. And then, bam, Jill takes care of it.
And that's the character I said reminds me of Dario, that
Yeah.
guy right there.
And then, dumb bitch, again. Like, why would you even do that?
This character literally exists just to get everybody else in danger.
Exactly, yeah. Like, the person that doesn't know how to handle the situation. They're in it for the scoop. It's kind of like a really shitty Frank West. Like,
Yeah.
Frank West was in it for the scoop, but he kicks some zombie ass. But she's like, no, I'm just going to open the door. And I just recorded it. And they used a lot of these shots in the TV commercials and trailers
They
back in the
did.
day.
Especially the
when,
iconic one. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll let you call that out.
Yep. And
I'm
then he
curious
runs.
to see how this happens, but her camcorder just said it had 75 minutes of battery life left.
The ones it says 71, I think before, maybe 79, or did
I don't know
go
what it
up,
said
or did
before, but I want to see what it says when she dies.
Now here's something interesting right here,
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this.
where it shows the vision,
Infrared vision.
infrared vision from the liquor when they're supposed to be blind. So it's very interesting that they use the Predator kind of. It's different than Predator, but it's like the same. It's like a similar filter, and this was used in the TV spot right here with the tongue. And he's dead.
Yeah, he gets destroyed.
More great shots. You're right here in the church. Jill walking around.
Jill walking around like her character, which is good.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like that, but
Right,
the first those steps that she was doing was right.
She tried, ladies and gentlemen. She tried.
Yeah, she does pretty well.
It's just, she didn't write the script, so can't really blame her.
No. Also, how that she doesn't see him right there, I don't know, because it's pretty...
Yeah, and like, this liquor is different than the one that we got in the first one.
Yes.
The first movie, it was more of like a super liquor that we saw. So this is kind of like more like traditional
The first
RE2.
movie, to be fair to the first movie, that liquor was kind of like its own monster.
Yeah. It was like the
really
mass
game.
POW kind
Yeah.
of like where they kind of made it like more of a threat. In this, it's kind of like a one and done. Because
It's kind of like the original RE2 liquors.
Exactly. Yeah. This
movie really is like RE3 because it has Jill, but it also has a lot of RE2 in it.
It does. Because
It's
2
like
and
his
3 have
city
kind
take.
of bleed into each
Yeah.
other, so it kind of like really makes it make sense of how they kind of put some stuff in there, but then of course they drop the ball on the other stuff.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, we didn't get a mansion movie. We really just got a lab, and then we got the city.
Yeah.
It just makes you wonder.
The beginning, middle, and end all in one movie, basically.
We got the
like we
lab.
literally got it from like the of the city in this movie, because you literally see it from outbreak to nuke, like. And this is great, like I like this right here. They're like, all right, look, teamwork, we gotta go,
This
like
scene
we gotta
looks
face
really
the
great.
music. They start shooting the shit. Obviously, she gets put in a shitty position. Oh. And here we go.
Also, I'm pretty sure they cut another scene right there too, because in the extended version, I'm pretty sure he also says, "I'm out too."
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I think there was some more dialogue.
Yeah,
that
there
I think
was
they
more
took
dialogue.
out. And
here we go. And all of the hope of seeing Jill do anything of importance is stripped away by Mila Jovovich.
Yep. As soon as she comes in for this, it's like, And I don't even like hate Alice in this movie.
No.
But I don't like moments like this where it's like, let's just show you how bad like I feel like this is like Resident Evil is over the top at many points, but this is just funny.
Yeah.
Like perfectly lines up, like pushes the liquor in a straight line. It's like, what is happening?
And you
like
gotta
you
see
just went
Umbrella.
from exactly. You just went from like a semi-tame, not even a tame scene, but like a normal scene till just like, holy shit, this is Die Hard.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna play how many characters can Alice take from? This is offense number 1.
Yeah, this is the biggest one right here.
Or how many characters will get disrespected because of Alice, rather.
Yeah. Here you go. Boom.
And there we go. We got blood on Jill's boots.
It's basically what all the fans said when they saw this movie.
Yep.
And one of the best lines right here. Motherfucker. 10 points. And there we go. Got some zombie titties which is also extended.
Yeah, that's extended too
and
because he says something.
Yeah. And crashes his car.
I like the store that's called Kitchen.
Yeah.
I like how he just runs.
And they're just like snapping on zombies right
Yep.
now. Still not enough. Nice.
And this is like a Nikolai scene.
Yeah.
Or a Mikhail scene. Kind of. But it's not exactly. But it's kind of like gives you that feel. And his name's Yuri. So he's also a new character.
Yeah, he's also another character that we don't know.
It's like, why even bring Nikolai here? Nikolai just kind of seems like a rookie.
Yeah, he just kind of seems like he's there. Like, he's just kind of there. And now they're just getting fucked up.
Yeah, I laugh at this scene every time I see it because it looks like they just stand there.
Yeah,
and
they're
get
just like,
tackled.
oh, it's like you would be moving.
Like they stand there and get slowly taken down. It's like ridiculous.
Mr. Witt should have been like, guys, before we shoot the scene, you gotta like have some resistance. Like, try to move away from the zombies. Like, they are, because they're fucking lighting them up. They're the center focus, but everyone else is like standing around. And he says Oliveira, like he says it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like weird. Like, why would they spell it differently? And this is him seeing that they're still alive.
Here's a scene from RE3.
Right, from RE3.
Now,
Just with a more overdramatic zombie.
yeah, we talked about this before, but in the original RE3 opening, I always have swore that was Nemesis that stepped up there, not a zombie. But it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. I always thought it was a zombie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I always thought it was Nemesis because you hear the boot.
it's one of the great like mysteries
Yeah.
of it. But
But in this, they chose to use a zombie.
Yeah,
so
they
he
just
must have
chose
thought
the-
it was a zombie too.
they're like, let's just throw in one more RE3 shot.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
I
I love
respect
it.
I respect it.
This is cool too. Them in a graveyard obviously doesn't make any sense. It
No.
didn't even make sense when they
in
did the
games,
graveyard in the
yeah,
games.
it doesn't make
because-
sense. There's no brain to resuscitate. Like graveyard zombies in the Resident Evil universe don't make sense.
Right. They're decayed away. They
Maybe
wouldn't-
Las Plagas could take control of a body like a corpse to move around, but like there's no nerves anymore. There's no spine. There's no nothing. It doesn't make sense.
No.
But to be fair, it doesn't make sense in the games either. That's just
Right.
something that's
so
like
this
crazy.
is a cool scene that I always liked as well. But
especially when you consider when somebody is buried, the coroner, is that the right word? Coroner? I think so. The coroner takes all the fucking organs out of them.
yeah,
How the fuck how are they coming back to life? I don't understand. But the scenes kick ass.
yeah. I mean,
So
it's
it
a
is what it
movie,
is,
so
yeah.
if we let it be a movie, then yeah, this will just be. This is like a classic, graveyard zombies, whatever.
Because this location is in this exact scene is in Resident Evil 3.
Yes.
Yeah, where you fight the
Now we have
grave worm.
karate kicking Alice.
Hey, Jill gets some knees in.
She does.
Also, you know what's an interesting thing, and we're definitely going to talk about this in the review, so stay tuned for more. I think it's pretty unquestionable at this point. That's a Mortal Kombat slip. Oh, don't forget, he also worked on Mortal Kombat. But I think it's pretty important at this point to bring up the fact that it's unquestionable that these movies affected the direction of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Because casual fans went out and saw this movie. Casual people went out and saw this movie. Loved it. And Capcom had to have been sitting in a room and said, well, they love the movie. Let's try to take elements of that and put it into the games. And that's how we got RE4.
Well, RE4 was already pretty much done at this point. Think of it.
Not from
came
the
out-
first movie.
Well, not from the first movie, but the first movie
Yeah.
wasn't that much action, to
Yeah.
be fair. To be fair. Now, I'm not saying that argument's wrong, but
No,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
for
yeah.
RE4 specifically.
RE4
But I think
could
in
be
general,
argued, yeah.
sure, because like this came out September, RE4 came out January of 05.
But as these movies' success started going up,
yeah, and
the
5
Resident
came out
Evil
and 6
kept
came out.
getting more
Yeah,
and more
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, I would say for 4, no, but I think in general for an action, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
that's definitely accurate. That's definitely a good thing to say because it's part of the history. People can't really deny that these movies were successful, no matter how we feel about them or how you feel about them listening.
True.
You know, so they're just
But
like, all right, we got to push the success.
at the same time, Resident Evil 4 did take the laser scene from the first movie.
It did.
So what my statement was not just for action, but in general, I think these movies and their success in the West had a lot of influence on Capcom in the direction or in even just little aspects of the games going forward.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not bringing that up as a complaint. I'm just saying that I think it's interesting to talk about because, like, in the review show, for sure, we definitely got to give our thoughts about that because, like, as it goes on, it gets, like, almost, like, reversed where, like, the games get to a certain point and then they don't get any crazier and the movies just get fucking insane.
They just pushed it, like,
They
way
just get
beyond.
crazy
yeah.
insane.
They pushed it way beyond the games would ever do.
Yeah.
And the games have done crazy
Like,
shit.
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
The predictive combat software.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
We'll get there.
yeah, we'll get there.
And this is them seeing the weapon case. Obviously, we just saw Nemesis wake up, which is fucking amazing.
Yes, and that I think that's the best part of this whole movie.
Yeah, it's Nemesis.
Is Nemesis's prosthetic makeup is done extremely well.
Even though he doesn't really fixate on stars in this, it's everyone.
You
so
get
that's
one
the
Easter egg line,
one little thing, but it's
and he does
it's a
notice.
different
He
beast
does
here.
realize that Jill's stars.
He does.
He does, and he kills fucking Peyton.
Yeah, he does. He puts the final stamp on him. But yeah, this is them seeing the weapon cases. I did like they added the weapon cases too, in a sense where they're dropping stuff all for him to use, and they think it's theirs, and then they're like, "What the fuck? Why are these empty?"
And also, that was
abandoned.
the medical room that Alice woke up from.
Yes.
Yeah, is what at least it is implied because that's where all the hooks.
Or where Nemesis was, because I think it showed Nemesis on that little.
It
monitor.
could also be that.
Yeah,
too,
it looked like it was Nemesis on that monitor. Where I feel like he walked up and then picked up these weapons out of these cases, which is why
he woke
they're
up
empty.
in the hospital. That's interesting.
Yeah, because see all that shit.
Oh yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm wrong. It's definitely Nemesis's room then.
And he's like,
They were
"These aren't
just
for
storing
us."
him in the damn hospital,
All
bro.
the rockets and shit. An evacuation.
What does his last name say? Did his last name say the same thing as?
I don't know. I don't know what it said. And here you go. We got Stars Cowboy up here.
Closest thing you'll get to Forrest.
Ever. While I was listening to metal on his iPod. Planning to go around. Woo!
Also, I'm sorry, but that's just lazy. You're a fucking sniper, and you're this close to your target, and you're trained in combat, and you're gonna hit him in the heart when you know you can't kill him.
I mean,
with
he's
that.
drinking beer, so let's give him a break.
Oh,
you know, maybe
it's Z Donald.
Yeah,
This is Z. I didn't know you were in this movie, Donald. Damn.
that's Z Donald. He's like, I got the power.
He's like, I got the power.
I'm supporting you bitches
I
on
might
Patreon.
not be able to
I
beat
got the
Demon
power.
Souls, but I can beat this zombie. This is our community.
When you say you hate Village.
Yeah, when you say you hate Village, our community is like,
My shit's custom.
I love
Those gold handguns.
And this scene, bro.
And this is all of Stars, which they're just
Yeah.
all huddled here. Why are they huddled here of all places?
Also,
And here he is.
we can't deny that it's absolutely insane that he got the fucking Stars abbreviation wrong.
Right. Yeah. Or he did it on purpose because he's
Or he
just
did
an
it
asshole.
on purpose.
You just don't know a shit like this. But yes, it's not right in this movie.
There he is. We're going to let this scene play out. We won't talk too much through it.
Get owned. And here they are, all dead. Respect. And this is another thing, the Nemesis 1.00 system, where it makes him pretty much like a computer system being controlled.
I'm still not a fan of the robotic sounds they gave him.
Yeah.
I don't think they needed to give him them.
They kind of went like a little extra with him. A little bit. I could look past the Gatling gun, but other than that, it's like, you know, the whole Matt thing, it is what it is. I just like Nemesis, how he looks and walks, you know. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of her alluding to the fact that she has been worked on.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? It was bothering me that I thought he had a Gatling gun. I'm thinking of Claire's Gatling gun in RE2 Remake because it's in the RE engine. I was like, I swear there's a Gatling gun, and I can't think of where else it would be.
Yeah.
But Claire gets it at the end. That's why. My bad. That was my brain fogginess.
Jill's like, we're being watched.
I also like how everybody around her can hear the conversation.
Yep. And here's a trolley.
Yeah, the trolley's in it. They stick it in here.
Just for this.
All right, so there's 50 minutes left on our camera.
Yeah, 50.
So from then till now, it's been 21 minutes.
And what she's recorded is just whatever, I guess, at that point.
Jill's smoking. I know that when we watched it last time, you said you didn't really care. I don't like it. She doesn't smoke in the games, and she's never really been portrayed as that. So I think it's just an arbitrary, oh, girls are hot when they smoke cigarettes, let's give her one.
That's true.
Not that I'm saying your opinion's wrong or anything for not caring. I'm just saying that I don't like it, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, at this point, she's already, you know, she has black hair and not brown hair. She has black boots but not brown boots. It's like,
it is what it is.
You can make her fucking snort a line of blow off of Mila's ass, and it could be whatever.
It's
you
true.
You know. And this is her pretty much telling them, yeah, they're going to nuke the city, and they're covering the shit up.
I'm going to stand up.
There's the mission. The Arkley Overpass.
Now, other than the stupid doctor, not the doctor, what's his name? The guy with the sounds like he has shit in his mouth.
Oh,
Thomas or something like that.
Yeah,
Thomas Wayne or Thomas. What'd you Kane?
Kane.
Thomas
Major
Kane?
Timothy. Kane.
Timothy Kane. Other than Timothy,
the
Kane,
fact that it's Timothy makes him even more of a fuck.
Yeah, it does. Other than Timothy Kane, and Peyton's dead.
No offense to anyone that's named Timothy.
Yeah. Other than Timothy Kane and that other guy, all of the main roles in this movie they're actually all other than him and I would say even Nikolai's, they're all solid actors.
Yeah, no,
I think everybody performs really well.
I don't think they don't really drag their feet a lot with the material they're getting. Besides this guy right here,
yeah, this guy's fucking shit.
He's really shitty. But yeah, as you saw, Peyton
guy
unfortunately
looks
just
like he
got fucking shot, and here's the big ass jump here where he's gonna start chasing her.
Discount Gordon Ramsay with shit in his mouth.
And the Nemesis program is 100% activated, so now he's gonna be pissed. Alice is activated, and so is this mofo. Al. I gotta pull up here.
Okay.
Boom.
Shout out to John Lemley, who's watching the commentary. He said Billy going from the woods to the hospital must have been a long walk.
That's awesome. Boom.
I like this. I like this area here too because this is kind of like the newsroom and the what's the other building? The hospital.
Yeah.
Where you can have those RNG moments in RE3. This is a little much.
Yeah, just her going, lean back. Lean back. I like you see the blood pour out of his
Also,
ankles.
why is his laser green?
I know.
That hurt.
Yeah, that's fucked up right there. And I like this right here.
This is fucked up too.
The dumpster.
How does he shoot that? How does he shoot that down there?
Woo!
First of all, how does he even get it down there? And second of all, that dumpster is fucking plastic.
No.
That is.
It is industrial. It's an umbrella dumpster,
It's
motherfucker.
fucking-
That shit is not getting destroyed.
Like how it said he had 23,000 bullets left. And 2 rockets.
That motherfucker has an infinite ammo drop.
It said he
forever.
had like 3 rocket launcher bullets and 23,000 shells or 2,300. I don't know.
And now she's got to fucking crack her hand back into place here,
Yeah.
which is always a lovely sound.
Yeah. Look at that finger. That's sexy.
That's a sexy finger right there.
Listen to this.
Ready?
Oh.
Damn. I like how she can jump through shit and fucking get smacked up against walls, and she does not even phase, but she's got to crack some bones in the place. She's
Yeah.
like, oh. This is Jill being, awesome and hot wiring because
She's the master of unlocking this
master
car.
of hot wiring here.
I was also pissed we didn't get any unlocking.
No.
But it was really before she was... Well, I mean, she was known for that in RE1, but...
Yeah, no, she was known for that. I just think they
RE5 really brought attention to it.
I just think they just didn't. I just think they just don't care about that in this
But
movie.
she gets to hotwire a car, which is basically unlocking it.
Right.
So I'll forgive it. This is her best moment, other than the graveyard.
And she's got to put down her friend. She knows what she's got to do. Damn.
Also, no offense to
R.I.P.
Peyton, but how much emotion she showed and how much like everything that she like felt for him as a fellow comrade, even though she watched other STARS members just get their fucking dicks sucked by all the zombies. It could have been Richard. It could have been somebody of importance so we believe the relationship. But it's just a new character that we know Jill doesn't know, that Jill doesn't have a connection with from the games.
Right.
They just used like this new character. I don't think it was as effective.
I think
Even if it was Kenneth, it would make sense because they were all on the STARS together.
right.
You know what
I think this starts the common theme of, more characters being introduced that you don't really need.
Exactly.
Like, the Extinction started to do it even more. Afterlife did it even more, and they did it worse when they started to bring back characters that we knew.
Yeah.
It's like you start trying to bring in so much, and then when you start to try to bring in other people that we know, you do them so wrong, like a Leon, like a Barry, like where it makes no relevance. But then you get someone like LJ, who's awesome. Because obviously he's a comic relief, but he's also like a good actor, and the fact
He's
that they
really
brought him
good.
in, they brought him in to Extinction, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
Even though it was short lived, but I thought it was cool. So it's not like you can't do new characters and it doesn't work. Right?
Yeah.
It's like it can, but
Alice would work
you-
if she didn't steal from everybody.
right, like when you do it for so long, and this is when he finds a daughter as well. But yeah, it's just like this kind of started that theme. But yes, this is the scene where they go into the school, which is a nice little touch. We don't really see a school in the games at all in regards to Raccoon Junior High.
And the shot on the car canine unit is foreshadowing that the doggos are back.
Yep.
Also, look at the bust.
Yeah.
They actually have a bust in the background of the scene, which is pretty cool because Resident Evil always has lots of busts.
You're already dead.
Look at the way this bitch carries her gun.
I know.
I mean, thematically, it makes sense because she's like she just literally said, "I've never shot a gun before."
Yeah, exactly.
And she's scared to death. So
and
she's
you got
not
Jill.
gonna
She's
be-
got the tactical hold with the flashlight, and she's like, you know.
I love this scene.
Yeah, this is a good
scene's
scene right
so
here.
good.
I just
He's a whole gangster.
The best part about the extended scene is when he runs into college and he's just like Elvis.
Yeah,
and they cut him out, but he does look like a sick Elvis.
He does actually. I love it. He turns around and he goes, ah. He goes, Elvis.
Yeah, he's like Elvis. Like when I first saw the extended cut when we first watched it, that threw me off guard. I was not expecting it. LJ was more funnier. Like I feel like they for some reason thought he was too funny and they had to like tone it down. Yeah. I see you, mother. Here it is.
Elvis. That's what he says.
Yeah, they literally just cut that line. Also, the scene that we're also talking about something else during the scene, but he did talk to Nikolai about them being, you know, expendable assets.
Yes.
Like not being, so that's kind of part of.
And then Nikolai's like, like, what do you mean? He's like, we've just been expended.
Yeah. So it kind of, you know, bleeds into that whole idea of them getting abandoned and all that stuff where they obviously don't give a fuck because it's Umbrella. And that's, I always like this. I love the little kid zombies. Ever since Night of the Living Dead, which showcased, you know, little girl zombies in multiple ways. I
love the one we watched, Dawn of the Dead. Was that the one we watched? The second one? The one with the mall?
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead. I love when there's the two little kid zombies come out of the door and he's just like throwing them.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
And
also the games,
leave it to her to get like fucking killed by a bunch of kids.
The games never let the kid zombies really be seen.
No.
But the movies can do it. What's it say?
Oh, it doesn't say anything.
No battery life.
I also like how the fact that they talk about that footage getting recovered, and it's like, how the fuck that footage?
Alice grabbed it, didn't she? Or no, the girl grabbed it. Remember when they find Angela, she has it.
Oh, she does have it.
Hiding.
Okay, I think I missed that. I was like, how the fuck did this survive a nuke? Didn't take long for a reporter to
because
die.
this is the room where she just died. Oh, Jill grabs it. Okay, I thought that's what happened.
Okay,
I thought Angela grabbed it, but Jill grabs it. Also, Angela, Ashford, Alexia, Alfred. It's A.
Yeah, AA.
They're all AA except for Veronica and Edward. It's like the whole line from Code Veronica. Alexander.
Yeah. The suburbers. Doberman. Damn. She got rocked.
Also, shout out to the puppers.
Yeah.
Who did an amazing job in this movie again.
With the makeup and everything.
I'm pretty sure they're the
CG.
same doggos from the last movie.
Probably.
I'm sure they worked with the same people. But for those of you who don't know, those are actual doggos with prosthetic makeup. And then they CGI edit the holes and stuff into them. Freelance. And this is also weird.
I got this bitch.
All it would have taken was one bullet to help him.
Seriously.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it's Christmas Story all over again.
Oh, no, not Ralphie.
No, Ralphie.
Yeah, he gets
You know what
fucked.
they should have said? He should have been like, I got this, Ralphie.
I got this, Ralphie. That's
Funny
amazing.
as fuck.
Dogs are the most impressive parts of these movies. Yeah, Darnazzo, you're right, man. Yeah, they're really good. I always like them in this. Always do them well. And this is the first time, at least as we see it, that Jill has ever had to deal with them because, there is no mansion incident.
This is really also the first time I ever remember seeing so much like prosthetic makeup on dogs being used in movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't remember ever seeing zombie doggos in any other film.
Yeah,
before this.
I was gonna say, they might have been done at some point.
You've seen more horror movies than I've seen. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, no,
I don't remember really any dogs.
Yeah, no,
there's Cujo.
There's a bunch of
like
other
dog.
right, and that's just a normal dog, like
Yeah.
a rabid dog. Obviously, not normal, but zombie dogs. Yeah, it's pretty much. I would say a lot of like there were some Japanese movies I know that did it, and a couple others, but it was all post this.
Here we go.
They're
Here
done
comes
well
the
at least in
scene.
these movies, and pot to the head, boom, which is great.
Why you still got to smack an animal with a pot? Why is she in the kitchen, Anthony? What the fuck, Anthony? Why
Because
is
she's
she
about
just...
to light this mofo on fire. Oh wait,
wait a second.
again,
Look at this badass moment she's about to have.
which should have happened,
It should have happened, yeah.
and then nope, flame goes out. Jesus. Conveniently placed safety blanket.
Fire blanket. I mean, it is a school, and it is a kitchen, so they would have one there.
Right.
But she not only flexes on Jill, and Jill gets fucked up, and Jill fails. She also saves the girl instead of Jill, who just spent all the time protecting her, and shits all over Jill's fucking chest, bro. It's a bad fucking. It's all they needed to do with this movie was not dick Jill, and this movie would by far be like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. That's all they had to do. Even sitting where I personally put this at a 7, this is still the best movie in the whole series.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. But all they had to do was just not dick Jill. Everything else I'd forgive. Like, I'd forgive not having other STARS members. I'd forgive everything. They just needed to give Jill, like, a real role. But she just seems to be, like, there to just be there.
Yeah, just for the games. Which is really a common theme after this, because
It is,
they just
yeah.
bring them in, and they don't really use
Or
it.
just kill them.
Or kill them, and that's the cure to the T-virus.
We should keep a main character body count in the comments.
Yeah.
Because after, like, the 4th movie, it's, like, 7, I think. They kill, like, everybody in the 4th movie.
Yeah,
don't
or
they?
forget about them and never
Or-
talk about
yeah,
them again.
it's true.
Which is, I'm looking at you, Chris. Wentworth Miller, you piece of shit. But yeah, there's so much shitty things about.
J.G. Wentworth.
There's just so much.
877 cash now.
and here's the backstory of him working for Umbrella and them taking away the research, and because he was in charge of developing it to try to help
His daughter.
Yeah. There was him crying, and that's why he created the virus. He's like the Birkin of this universe that never was.
Basically, yeah. Although Sherry wasn't sick before.
Sherry wasn't sick. The daughter thing is completely
Yeah.
unrelated. It's just more so of someone just trying to, take things into their own hands and them trying to take away his research.
Dr. Doom. Also, all of the sexual tension, arguably in RE3, but all of the sexual tension and like maybe we could, maybe we couldn't tension that Carlos and Jill has, is just given to Alice. None of it's with Jill.
Right.
So
That's
that's
what
another
I
thing,
always thought
like-
was confusing when I was, younger watching this movie. I was like, isn't he supposed to be like with Jill?
Into Jill, yeah.
Right. And that just never happened.
Nice little thing. She's holding her side, like the games. Jill, right there. See?
Yep.
JJ's, or fuck J. what's his name? Cool J. I was gonna call
LJ.
him. I was gonna
Cool
call
J.
No, bro. I was gonna call him LL Cool J. I was gonna call him LL
so
Cool
bad.
J, bro. That's why I said JJ.
Uh,
LL Cool J. Fucking LJ's my favorite character. I don't fucking care. People listening can think what they want. I love him, but he's the best line in this whole movie is definitely coming up when they're all in the car and they're like, oh yeah, how many of you are, and they're all infected, and he was like, man, I've been riding around with you and shit.
no, he just said that in the feeling. He's like,
no, yeah, that's the
yeah,
one.
we just talked over that where
Yeah.
he was just like, I've been hanging with you and shit.
Oh no, not that one. No, the one when he's in the car I'm talking about, when he just goes,
Oh no,
What
he
the-
he just puts his head in his hand like.
favorite character calls him LL Cool J. I want to say LJ, but every time I'm about to say LJ, I think it's wrong. So I call him LL Cool J, bro. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is my favorite scene.
This. He just puts his.
I
head in his
love
hand.
it. When he puts his
There it is. Yeah, she's like, may make it for good use.
yeah.
33 minutes. Okay, so they did
Yeah.
snipe down the footage of the tape.
Now this is interesting. I like that Alice is very connected with Umbrella. Like, I like her character as far as like what she's capable of and what she's like what she could have been. I just don't like that they stole from so many people. And you're going to see a very infamous scene completely just jacked from Code Veronica soon,
Yeah.
which is like super disrespectful.
I heard that's Dustin's favorite part. No,
Oh yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, Dustin's actually listening in the background here. I told Anthony when we watched it the other day, I was like, Dustin gets that's Dustin's favorite part of this whole franchise, is when Alice does Claire's little move in the in the thing. I said I watched this with Dustin once, and I'm pretty sure Dustin was just pissed.
Yeah. Because it's not good at all.
When we watched it, I'm pretty sure he was just like pissed.
This right here.
I love him, dude. LJ,
I like that she points at him like, stay.
he's the coolest character, bro. Also, this is when shit starts to get really fucking weird.
Yeah, this is the final part of the movie here. Shit just gets worse.
This right here, brother. How do you feel about this?
It's just another show-off Alice scene. That's all it is. I think the only way they think they can attack him is from up top because they got so much security all the way around. So here we go. And they're just clueless. And it's like Tekken music.
Also, it was Callie who pointed this out. I like how as the movie goes on, they find more and more ways to make Alice wear less and less clothes. Like now her stomach is conveniently showing. She has like one pant leg now, right?
Yeah. We gotta make her sexy.
Because when she was wearing clothes in the store, she had jeans on. Now she's got completely different outfit on. And she starts naked. So she puts on clothes and then
Always has to be naked.
and then
someone.
unlayers. He walks up like he did something.
Yeah. I love his ballistic knives. Fucking awesome.
I also like how that never happens in any game ever. and there is no reason for that to even happen, and he does it twice in this movie.
Yeah. It's still badass.
It's awesome.
I still like it.
I mean, Leon does it in RE4.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, he throws and pins Salazar's hand to the wall. Which I've been throwing knives, bro.
And this is her remembering more. There's Dr. Isaacs.
And I'll tell you something.
Get familiar with him.
They're fucking hard. It takes practice. Here's that.
We're stealing his ride. What's the rush? I was barely in this movie.
You look at my samurai edge. Also, I'm going to say this because I want you guys that are listening to listen to like this exact scene and watch this scene and think about this. I said this to Anthony when we watched this the other day. Tell me this scene is not Paul W.S. Anderson phoning in his Mortal Kombat roots. This scene is so crazy written for it's like a Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
fight.
it's more just like we're going to fight with my nipples out and everything.
There's her navel.
And,
I like how you can always see her nipples, bro.
Yeah, you know, nipples versus Nemesis, basically. But yeah, they want to see the ultimate fight, the ultimate strength in just like one-on-one combat.
Also,
between the two of them.
I'm sorry.
No, but that's kind of the point of this. They're like, all right, well, let's see how strong Alice is. Who's the strongest one? But it's still kind of goofy because you see Nemesis like punching like he's fucking Rocky, and it's like this isn't Rocky, bro.
He doesn't. He's not.
You could play this and put the Rocky theme over it, and it would work, you know. And that's not supposed to happen in a Resident Evil movie.
It's fucked up, bro.
And there you go, just to be more of an asshole. You killed him, Alice. You fucking killed him.
Also, is it just me or does every female in these movies always quiver? All of them, like Jill's quivering, Alice is quivering, the daughter's quivering, Claire quivers.
I need 110% quivel.
Look, bro, I'm telling you. Look. And then watch, it'll cut to Jill and watch. Next time you see Jill, watch her quivering. After Mortal Kombat.
Nah, MK is more important right now.
Yeah.
Here we go. More like little slow-mo shots.
Ready?
And the camera cuts so fast sometimes you don't even know what's happening.
No.
Like, you know she's punching it or whatever, or kicking, but it's like it's so up close and shaky.
Because they don't want to show the flaws in the prosthetic movement, you know?
Or, you know, don't just have a fucking fight scene with both of them. Make it more fucking innovative.
Yeah.
But no tentacles either by Nemesis. That's one thing I wanted to bring up. This would have been a good time for him to actually, like, have some tentacles.
It would have been.
So it would, like, throw her off, you know? He would, like, tentacle whip her like a Type 2 Nemesis type
Yeah,
of
instead
deal.
of ripping the fucking...
Yeah.
What he's going to do.
Another little missed opportunity with Nemi. We can't really ignore it here.
Also, you can't pretend like he ain't hurt.
Right.
Because he's not hurt.
No.
Or
no.
that he is not hurt.
It's like she's strong, but like again, she has to actually do some like, you know, weapon damage or some kind of like, you know, getting impaled on something.
Because she's like putting him on the ropes, and he's like, you know what? I'm about to cheat real quick.
That's what I think's funny is that he resorts to this, and then he's like, "What the fuck? You're fucking up the flow."
Which he's never used melee weapons.
No.
Ever.
No.
He hits you with his rocket launcher, but that's about it.
It's
and then
usually
he
just
gives
the
him
tentacles.
weapons. Because
Or
it's Mortal
punches.
Kombat.
He usually just uses punches or tentacles, and now he's using a fucking spike from a wall. And he threw her these weapons for a fighting chance.
Which, this is kind of a callback to Nemesis and Nemesis's lack of intelligence. Because, you know, this is something Nemesis does a lot. Where he creates the thing that beats him.
Mm-hmm.
Such as, like, when he attacks the valve and the acid comes out.
Absolutely.
Or, you know, he hits the pipe and the water comes out, so it sprays him and like fucks him up, like while you're, so he stuns him so you can get away. he does this a lot where he creates his own problems. So I appreciate that they did that.
Yeah, like the wire on the clock tower on the balcony.
The wire, yeah. But
and it's Matt. This is the big scene where she realizes that this is Matt, and they have this moment here where he still has some human elements inside him. So
yeah.
What is Bat versus...
He said this is a Bat versus Superman level of disinteresting fight.
That's funny.
Why did you say that name?
It's Bat.
They humanized him.
Yeah.
And there's the finish him.
I'm Shao Kahn. Don't you know? This is Mortal Kombat 3.
I'm pretty sure, isn't there in that Mortal Kombat movie, don't they say finish him to somebody and somebody says no? At first?
I'm not sure.
Or is that in the games? That might be in the games. I feel like Liu Kang didn't want to kill his first victim. And then he killed Sub-Zero.
Yep.
Pretty solidly, too. He fucking threw a bucket of water on his ass.
Yeah.
Fucking killed him, bro. Unless I'm remembering wrong. Doesn't he throw a bucket on him when he flying
Something
kicks?
happens. Yeah, he like fucks
He like
with
goes
him.
to kick, and then he throws a
stops
bucket
him
on
midair
him,
or
and then he
something.
fucking slams on the ground and breaks into pieces. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. My middle name is Nemesis. Let's not fight anymore.
And this is when he's like, come with me. What a waste. And here's Nemesis getting off. But he's not attacking her right now.
No.
It's almost like he realized.
He realized that he said he was going to exterminate him.
Yep. And he knows his enemy is no longer Alice.
Yeah.
I like how they're doing this now.
Yeah.
When they were just talking for a straight, 5 minutes. Like, quick, let's try to get the knife out now. Maybe that's, as fast as they can grab it, but even so.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I said that he's like Dexter from Dexter's Lab. What are you doing, DD? Get out of my laboratory. That was a terrible Dexter, but you get the idea. What are you doing? I can't even do him anymore, bro. Mandark?
Oh, Jesus.
What's
yeah.
fucking Mandark's foot? Dexter.
This is them escaping.
Let me do my elbows.
And here is the nuke. That will end all lives in Raccoon City. At least the ones that are left.
The LL Cool J Fat Man
Yeah.
is what they call this missile in the canon.
The dual wield.
Yeah, the first time we see that in the series. They don't ever...
Boom. She dual wielded in the fucking church too, because she had to be cool.
Yeah.
With the Uzis, double Uzi.
And as you can see, this is where Alice steals from Code Veronica and Claire Redfield. Not only the helicopter scene, but also another scene you're about to see, which is also right after the helicopter scene.
Oh, yeah. And here's the Code Veronica drop right here. If the helicopter wasn't enough, here you go. Bam.
Except she doesn't shoot at something explosive. She shoots him in the stomach instead.
Fucking kills him. Claire did it better, Alice. Claire did it better.
And Claire didn't kill anybody. She
And
just
here
stunned him.
is the helicopter run.
No, the helicopter run already happened.
Did it happen already? This is just her desperate attempt at fucking...
This is her basically Jill fighting
Yeah,
the
and this is
helicopter.
Matt getting in front of her.
And this is Nemesis shooting a rocket at a helicopter, which was also from RE3.
Boom. But then sacrifices himself, basically.
Yeah, this sucks.
Bam.
That hurt.
Yeah. I felt that.
Going with the slow-mo shit.
Yep. They love the slow-mo.
They love
The
shooting in
jitter
6
effect.
frames per second.
The pilot's like, okay.
She's a massive concussion, girl.
Yeah, I know.
She said,
That's the
Matt.
least of her worries. What's about to happen?
Oh, I'm sure a pistol would mess up a helicopter for sure, Donald.
You bastard. And he gets what he deserves.
It's UBCS.
Yep, UBCS. There it is.
I kind of feel like that's why Nikolai was underutilized in this movie.
Breaks his legs.
Because he plays the role of Nikolai almost. Because it almost feels like he's part of the UBCS.
Right, no, I agree. I think it's like they try to really have that angle, and it's like they're just like, no, let's just make Nikolai a good guy. It's like you could have just took him out and then just made Nikolai this guy.
Yeah,
like because he really was the bad guy of RE3.
It's okay to be different and kill him or whatever.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's not a big deal if you bring like if you do kill characters as long as it's
Or you
justified.
need to kill them differently than they're in the game, but you still make them a part of. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like like they're brought in to do what they have to, kind of thing.
And the best satisfying part is he gets killed by the guy he murdered.
Yep.
In cold blood.
First bite, bam, there it is, and no ammo in the gun, which is what he deserves. Because why would you even try to shoot like 9 rounds or something on the zombies that you clearly can't stop at that point? Just shoot yourself, but.
Also,
And he's done.
he might have broke his leg from that fall, but even on a broken leg, that man could have got up and run. He could have hopped. I
Yeah.
would have hopped to the edge of the building and jumped.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know. Movie's got a movie.
they gotta kill that villain. And then the nuke. You're
Movie's
pretty much
got a
screwed
movie.
anyway.
Shout out to Mac who just made it in. Long time no see. I hope everything's going all right with you. Mac is a fellow Patreon supporter and has been supporting us since basically the Patreon has been
Pretty much
opened.
the beginning, yeah.
And Donald and others as well.
And there's the nuke.
And this scene's
Boom!
awesome, too.
This is a good scene. Obviously encapsulates the game. And I like this because what happens to their helicopter is what would actually happen.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a realistic thing that would happen. Because a shockwave would fuck them up and all that shit. And here you go. She sacrifices herself for the girl. Bam. Gruesome little scene right there.
Also, what the fuck was that flipping at her? It looked like a pipe.
Yeah, it was like something that fell off that came loose. And this is the only time we see the Arklay Mountains in this series, ever. And this is them.
No, we see them in the beginning of the first movie.
We kind
Isn't
of
the house there?
Like we do see it in the house, but we see this is kind of more the outskirts,
Yeah, we
like
see
a
the
waterfall
outskirts.
and shit. We actually see within the woods where there is no house, just kind of like wherever they crashed.
Oh, for sure, Donald. That's what we're saying. Like an EMP would go out. I like how they're using the Mad Jackal logo.
Yeah. And there he is, Dr. Isaacs.
Who we still at this point don't know his name,
No, we don't.
but we will find out, I think,
We
by the
will.
end of this movie. And that looks like Hunnigan.
Yeah, I know,
What's
right?
Hunnigan doing here?
Now, we only know his face up until this point is because during Alice's random flashbacks, it looks like Dolph Lundgren next to Dr. Isaacs. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyway, we only know him because we saw his face in the operating room. So at this point, he's a scientist. You just don't know what he is.
Yeah.
And you don't know his name, like John said. So this is introducing someone that you will see for a while, literally until the very end. He kind of takes a step back and then comes back in.
Pretty sure those buildings would have been blown to shreds.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
think
why
that-
they're
I
still
think that was a
standing.
mistake. I
Yeah.
think they didn't. They might have overlooked that because that should have been wiped. And here you go with the hoax. This is the simple act of covering stuff up because
Which came true.
So this is Umbrella's actions getting completely covered up, and them seeing the tape is fake, saying the reactor. It was a reactor and a chemical spill, and that's what caused everything. So again, kind of pointing the tragedy to a different direction, so people look the other way. And yeah, exactly. Umbrella looking like the good guy. And they're getting questioned by the police and everything.
So they basically take the place of Claire and Leon.
Yeah.
In this.
Yep.
And then we get
3 weeks later.
Yep.
Because, they salvaged her brain. And
No, she was alive. Her thing was still beaten.
Yeah, but I don't think she's supposed to. I think she was dead.
Did they salvage her brain? I thought they put her in here to bring her back.
I don't know. I always thought this was a different body.
I know that there is multiple Alices throughout the movie.
Yeah, I always thought this was a different Alice. Like same brain, just different Alice. That's what I always thought.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not going to pretend to know. Because when I saw her laying there, her fucking neck was moving. So maybe she was. Who knows? It could be a clone. There's her sausage nipples.
Yep.
You got to have the big nips. Love to see them. Love to see it.
And there she is. There's that girl from the beginning.
Yep. I guess you do see her again in here.
And obviously she doesn't remember anything yet, but that's about to change. Well, this guy randomly checks stuff with a pen. The scene reminds Z. Donald of The Fifth Element. Yeah, it has some of those vibes. It's a great movie. Not yet.
Okay, so it gets revealed that Dr. Isaac reanimates that Alice with a new strain of the T virus, which also gives her telekinetic abilities.
Right.
So that Alice is the same
Which she
Alice.
does use the telekinetic abilities in Extinction with the flamethrower and the crows.
And this too.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Yeah.
she uses it to the
In
full
Extinction,
extent. Yeah. She only does that weird eye thing, so it doesn't really.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
It
But
doesn't.
the telekinesis with the flamethrower and Extinction, you're like, okay, she's literally turning a gun.
Telekinesis to be able to look at somebody through a camera which has no physical boundaries to each other.
Right, versus her moving a gun with her mind
Doesn't
is
make any
completely
sense.
different.
No,
yeah. I feel like they just kind of were like, what can we make her do? And this is her remembering everything.
So she's like double infected now.
Oh, yeah. That guy's just like, what? I always love the taser. He always gets owned. Ready? Watch his hair. I don't know why that's so funny. It just is. And then this makes no sense.
This is the scene that's like really, this kind of sets in motion what you're going to see in the rest of the series.
Things that make no sense, like this. Like, I guess it's supposed to be like, oh, she's powerful, but this doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like, I understand she's fucking powerful, okay? She flipped through a fucking glass church with a fucking bike, okay? With a backflip. And here's Jill and Carlos.
Yep. And LL Cool J.
Yes. Working for Umbrella.
And the daughter, I think, right? Or no?
Yeah,
she's
she's in there.
Yeah.
You'll never see her after this movie, though.
No, you won't.
No mention of her again.
I don't think you ever see
And
Carlos
then Jill
again either,
also
do you?
disappears with no
Look
mention.
at this guy's nose.
That's another thing, too. Jill disappears completely. When we cover the third movie, we'll talk more about that.
I like LJ's cool new fresh cut, bro.
Yeah.
He's all looking and giving them the stink eye. LJ's the best character. He's driving, too.
Yep.
They're driving Chevy. Chevy Umbrella.
And then this, yeah. Chevy Umbrella. And this is him about to let them go.
Also, we find out that she has robotic abilities now, like Nemesis did.
Yep.
AKA P.
Addictive combat software.
PCS.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, when we get to the final chapter,
go.
I can't let it out. I gotta let it out, bro. 71% chance to kill. And then the most offensive thing about that whole scene, there's the umbrella.
Yep.
The most offensive thing about that whole scene is after she does it, he's like, I know what you're thinking, but it won't work. And then it shows him.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
It's like 80% activated, like almost. Like it's like, but then when it goes to 100%, it's like 100% pure activated predictive It's like, what? Yeah, this is strange. They just kind of drive off, and she doesn't say anything to them, and it's really strange because at Extinction, she's just on her own.
And this
she's
is in
away from
Detroit.
everyone. Yeah.
They take her to Detroit, a medical facility in Detroit.
So this kind of alludes to Extinction because Umbrella still has the power and control, and the whole world becomes extinct because of their actions, which we'll see in the next film. But they go on to suck another day, and that is Resident Evil Apocalypse with End of Heartache by Killswitch Engage.
Yep.
And that is our commentary for Apocalypse. Obviously, we're going to talk through the credits, but yeah, I think this was a good movie. I mean, I would probably give it, probably an 8 out of 10 on the cheesy goodness scale. Out of 10. It's not a perfect film. There's a lot of I probably wouldn't. The only reason why I wouldn't give it a 7 is just because I think that this is probably the best one, and everything else below it I would give under that. So I have to kind of think about my other rankings. So I would say this.
I think an 8's fair.
Yeah.
As far as being an enjoyable movie, I would give this an 8. I have a lot of problems with it, but
yeah, I think it's safe to say we both did, and you guys will obviously know when we review it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you actually see it, but for
this is
Patreon
recorded
people,
before the review.
Yeah.
So if our overall thoughts change a little bit before we hash it out and write everything down,
we're doing that tomorrow.
It's just because we wanted to give you guys this commentary. The commentary is more for just kind of ramblings and thoughts and stuff.
Yeah, you guys liked the first one we did, so we obviously were like, all right, well, let's just do them for each movie. And, yeah, closest thing that I'll ever get to see my favorite movie, or favorite
in
game
Resident Evil.
In a Resident Evil movie, because I just don't see them ever, obviously, because of how they're doing this one up and coming. We know that they're not going to do exactly what I would want them to do, which is keeping it separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't mind them doing 2 and 3 at the same time. I mind them trying to do 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. I think for a movie, 2 and 3 at the same time could really fucking work.
Right, but
if
it's
they
when
change up
when you're going back between mansion and city.
That's
when
not,
it gets,
I don't think it's going to work.
Right, and so that's why, again, doing all of these leading up to the film, by the time we get to the new reboot, I think we'll have a better perspective because we recently refreshed ourselves with this, and we have this kind of other insight on it. So, we'll be able to kind of see, okay, what could have they done better, what they had in the Paul Anderson movies that was different. There's a lot of stuff like that, but again, I think there's a lot of great moments in this film, and I think I don't know. I think Extinction I did like it, but I want to say like the first two were definitely the better ones of the whole franchise.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because I could see arguments for why Extinction would be better than the first one.
Yeah,
So, but
I actually really like Extinction.
It's
like a lot of
those
people
three.
say it dips after this. I think it dips after Extinction.
Extinction has some great cinematography.
It does.
It really does, and it has great action.
And then and Paul comes back and takes the wheel. Not that matters,
well,
because I think this film is one of the best, and he wrote it.
This
and
might be
produced
why
it,
it's
but-
the best.
Right. He was doing Alien vs. Predator at the time of this filming, so there's a lot of stuff with that. But just definitely, I didn't like the fact they did Jill dirty. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that they had potential to bring in other characters
And
they didn't, and that's a common. It literally continues because the first film was completely like nobody,
which was the
like,
best,
absolutely no,
which was good,
which was good because they were like, okay, well,
you can do whatever you want.
Don't expect it, but here it's like, well, we'll bring some people in, and then it makes you question, well, why didn't you bring in this, and this, and do this, and this, and it opens up a whole thing, But
Jack's asking the real questions. He said, Anthony, why did the virus get rid of all the water?
I don't know. I can't. I couldn't answer that. You just have to go with it. It's in the title.
Best boy grip, David
boy grip.
Stretch Pamplin.
What
Fuck
an
you.
asshole!
Fuck you.
The fact that you got to put a nickname in quotes means you're a dickhead.
McGregor Austin Olsen.
Also, who cares if you're a fucking whatever. But yeah, there's just a lot of things that
StarCraft. What the fuck is that doing in the credits?
Extinction is a different kind of movie because again, the only characters that they bring in from the game is Claire. And then the only people they keep around is literally Claire, and that's it.
Yeah,
so
Claire's the only one who lives till the end.
Yeah, so it's very weird what they do, and then you have a fucking new character called Kmart. Give me a fucking break. That's not even a joke, and it is a joke because they never bring her back. Or no, they brought her back in Afterlife, but very underutilized as she should have been. But it gets really bad.
Oh no!
During the Extinction, as far as like newer characters, you don't really care.
Don't they bring back Michelle Rodriguez too?
They bring her back as a clone.
Yeah,
or not
and
a clone,
which
but
one?
A simulation. I think that's in Retribution.
Retribution, right.
It's the one where she's in China and then she sees Ada and it's the whole thing.
No.
Yeah. So again, as we go along, you'll see a common theme of us being like, "Oh no," and why did they do
this is not gonna go.
Yeah,
well.
horror fans going to be really upset with us, but it's all good, buddy.
Oh, it's okay.
We still love you.
Yeah, we still love you, horror fan for life.
We know you like hearing our opinions, even though they're different.
Yeah,
we
know
do
you're
like
listening.
these movies though, so at least you get to hear us enjoy parts of the movies.
We call it like it is.
Exactly. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah,
so.
Retribution brought Leon and Barry. If you like what they did with Leon and Barry, then your opinion does not matter. Because you are wrong.
Yeah.
But if you like these movies as good, cheesy fun, I mean, I'm not going to judge you for it. There could be much worse movies you're watching.
Yeah, it's definitely I think what they did with Leon and Barry was just completely unacceptable. But
it's cool to have the camaraderie of like
camaraderie.
Yeah, that's the word. Of just like knowing this is related to Resident Evil.
Yeah,
and that makes these movies watchable for us.
But I think like what you said, like just bring them in earlier when they mattered.
Yeah, or
it didn't
don't.
matter when RPD and stars are no longer a thing, and then you bring or don't because there's no place for them.
I was fine with it just being an Alice movie. Like it never had to be anything else.
It was just when they tried to bring in those other things that it became more of like, okay, now you guys are trying. They're pretty much just characters cosplaying as those characters, not actually being those characters.
You know
That's all it
like?
is.
It felt like Paul Anderson got the deal for 3 movies, and potentially more. I don't know how many he signed on for at the beginning, but it feels like Paul wrote them before he started shooting while he was shooting the first one in his free time. And then after he got done writing them, he was like, oh, yeah, man, people probably want to see their characters in these games, but I don't really want to put them in in these movies. And then he went back to his scripts and edited them all in. That's what it kind of feels like. Now, if we ever get the chance to talk to Paul Anderson, which will probably never happen, but never say never.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, that's it for this commentary.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him fucking what the hell happened. But yeah, I mean, I think as we review more and more and we talk about it more and more, we'll kind of get more in depth of like how we feel each movie, what they could have done or what we would have done a little bit differently. But yeah, thank you for listening to this commentary. Obviously, if you guys are in Discord, you can stay in here. We'll do a little Q&A. You guys can jump on mic if you want. And thank you for listening to the commentary. For everyone that's listening to this in post.
Thank you, Patreon supporters. We love you.
Thank you, Patreon supporters.
And thank you to everybody who's listening to this in post, like Anthony said.
Thank you so much, guys. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye-bye. A big shout out to everyone that supports us over on Patreon. Starting at just $1 a month, you can support us on Patreon, and $5 and up, you get exclusive content and perks as well. Thank you so much for all your love and support, and we'll catch you next time.